Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. Tumepigana hii vita ya kujenga kituo cha karantini cha Ebola pale maeneo ya Laikipia. Paka naona kwamba either tunashinda hii vita ama kuna vile serikali imeamua kutucheza. Mimi naona kuna vile Kasongo ameamua kutucheza. So Kasongo has decided that all people in government must dance to our tune ili kutufumba macho. The National Assembly Speaker today, after a heated discussion in the National Assembly, dismissed America's statement that was issued via Marco Rubio that the quarantine center in Laikipia is meant only for the American citizens. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, to please Kenyans and maybe to cool the heat, has termed Marco Rubio's statement as careless. Sasa wamegeuka kusema kwamba Marco Rubio's utterances that they will not allow an Ebola case. Let me put it the way Marco Rubio put it. Marco Rubio, unajua ndiye anaongea on behalf of the American government kwa sababu yeye ndio secretary wa state. Alisema their priority as the American government is by all means possible to protect America and its citizens from getting into contact with Ebola. That is why the American citizens or nationals who have been exposed to Ebola in Congo and other countries, that is Marco Rubio, instead of them being taken to the United States, they will be ferried to Laikipia for quarantine and treatment before they are taken back to America after healing. So the National Assembly through Moses Wetangula is terming these sentiments as careless, the sentiments that have fueled protest in Kenya, and the sentiments that are pushing Kenyans to reject the ongoing setting up of the quarantine facility. I'm in love with this lady, Millie Odhiambo Mabona. This human being, I love her courage. I love her English. And I love the way she speaks with a lot of authority and wisdom. So in this particular analysis, I want us to listen from Emilio Odhiambo and Ndende Nyoro. Can we listen to them?
Mr. Speaker, mine is really very, very simple. And if you listen to the concerns, Kenyans are not really too worried about setting up of centers that protect Kenyans. Kenyans are worried about the statement that was made by Rubio from the US that seems to imply that this facility is for Americans to protect Americans so that the infected Americans do not touch American soil. And Mr. Speaker,
if you want my opinion, it was a very irresponsible statement.
Yes, it was a very responsible statement. Yes. And all I want to ask Honorable Duale, even though he's throwing back this to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is what is he doing to deal with this issue squarely with America? We have seen our counterparts in West Africa when they're being bullied by the French, that they take a firm position and say no. So what are you doing to tell America that they are a friendly nation and we are friends to them, but we cannot allow a situation that compromises our own nationals to maintain that friendship. We cannot allow such things in Kenya.
Thank you.
And direct to the point, I have listened to the CS, and there is actually no space in his speech about the view of Kenyans. I'm yet to meet one single Kenyan who is in support of having this quarantine in Kenya, Honorable Speaker. And it is important for the government to know that the government exists for the welfare of Kenyans. And Kenyans know when their space is being cropped, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the US budget in terms of health is 860 times ours. Their technology is better in all respects, including biotech, Honorable Speaker. They have better capacity to handle these kind of issues than Kenya. Honorable Speaker, while the CS is here, I would request him. Kenyans have spoken in one voice. We do not want that facility of Ebola here in Kenya. Please listen to the Kenyan voices. And Honorable Speaker, as the CS is here, the CS should actually bite himself and the obligations to what the Kenyans are looking forward to. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the fragility of our health sector, and also listening to some officials from the US proclaiming clearly that they do not want any case of Ebola in their country, how reckless would the government be in doing exactly the same that which the country, that is the US, do not want in their soil? As Kenyans, we refuse. The government must listen to Kenyans and desist from having this quarantine in Kenya.
If you listen to Aden Duale today, he has also changed tune and said that the quarantine center in Laikipia will be meant to treat Americans and Kenyans. But I want to announce to the people of the Republic of Kenya that as of today, we haven't been told the medical personnel who have been released from Kenya to go and join those who came from the United States in preparedness. Hakuna statement. The Minister of Health hasn't spoken about it. Even KMPDU, I saw a statement from Davjia Taylor. It doesn't communicate anything. The only information we have as of today is that American personnel and medical workers already had traveled to Laikipia to oversaw the setting up and the preparedness of the facility. But Kenya is yet to tell us if some personnel and medical workers have been assigned and dispatched to Laikipia to join those American personnel so that mtu wa Amerika akikuja ambaye yako na corona anashughulikiwa na American personnel. Na Mkenya akikuja ambaye hako na corona anashughulikiwa na Kenyan medical personnel. We are not told. The statements we hear from Duale and other Kenya Kwanza sympathizers is only a blanket to blanket us so that we agree to the setting up. But the reality still remains. Ila ukweli imebaki, na hata ukienda huko bila kuambiwa na mtu yeyote. Forget about the stories from Kimani Ichung'wah. Forget the stories from William Ruto. Forget the stories from Aden Duale. Forget the stories from any Kenya Kwanza sympathizer. The truth of the matter, if you are listening, members of parliament, the truth of the matter is, as of today, there are no signs and symptoms to show that the quarantine facility in Laikipia is also meant for Kenyans. Right? The verified information we so far have is that the quarantine facility is being set by Americans, by American persons who are already there, American workers who are already there to facilitate, to quarantine, to treat and isolate only American citizens exposed to the Ebola virus. That's my parting shot. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.